Hello friends, Galactic Guidance here, Center for Ascension and Integration. Starting off with a little lesson for the day. And here we have our buddy here. He's got a little ticket to get us started. And right here we could see the transformation within, which usually begins with a pause in your life. Sometimes it can come as what they know in the spiritual community to be as a spiritual 2x4, which sometimes can cause you to have to go through some type of suffering in order to come to a state of realization and integration. So as we can see here in the fragmented state, it doesn't look too happy, but has its own mechanism within it that can help you to go deep within yourself and find out what it truly is that has been holding you back from living the life you truly want. It's also the state of being where we find ourselves to take on a lot that we may or may not have initially equipped ourselves for. And now and again, we will find ourselves at a fragmented state when dealing with some type of grief or loss in our lives. Here and there, you will go through a sort of transformation within. Now, this is something that cannot be started by the individual. This is more of an unconscious state in which the level of suffering gets to be so detrimental to the spirit. One begins to go so deep into the soul that a mechanism begins within the organism, which begins a transformation, sometimes spiritual, sometimes physical in nature. I pulled a couple cards here to show some of this here. See, in the fragmented state, we can tend to experience some isolation. We tend to go within, perhaps a little too far. And as you could see with the empty suit here, almost as if one can lose themselves for a state of time. Here we also see letting go, which can also be part of the fragmented state of being, and paradoxically how you get out of it, as well as the past, present, and future, which can be simultaneously all happening at the same time, as well as parallel incarnations as well. But generally, when we find ourselves stuck in the past, the present, or the future, it can be hard to let go. And we can find ourselves in states of isolation, which can prolong the fragmented state. Thus, the being eventually gets to a level of knowing I can only go so far and deep into my process of deep suffering. What am I to do? And as we said earlier, because most have a soul and are connected to Source, we will undergo a process in which we begin a transformation within. This can sometimes take a bit of time, but on the other side of this is an integrated state of being, one in which you feel the flow of life and the ease of joy and bliss in your daily surroundings, within your own being, and generally those around you as well. Here I've also pulled a few cards. Now, opposite the fragmented state, which we saw isolation as a key point, we find prayer to be the center point in which the integration can truly begin in one's spirit. This may come in many different ways for you. You may pray, meditate. It may be even in your day-to-day, as the picture shows. Taking what life hands you and making something beautiful with it that you can enjoy and perhaps share with others. Like taking lemons and making a fine homemade lemonade. You can see the bustle of the city overlooking and all of that kind of fading away to the background there. As you can sink deeper and deeper into that prayer state, which in turn brings you more integration. Prayer also can bring you to seeing the duality in your experiences and situations, which can bring about a sense of peace, understanding, and giving one the option of limitless potentiality, boundless enthusiasm, and reaching for the stars. As you realize the dual nature of yourself within your fragmented and integrated states, and the fractal nature of all of creation. Here we see divine timing, which I believe also plays a big role in your integration, and as well as you being open to the signs and synchronicities that your spirit, Source, and your guides are giving you to take the time to go within and pray, meditate, and integrate. And as we come back out, you can see here, from going through a journey from fragmentation to integration, there's also the path of transformation, which comes from the blending of the two. When we are able to blend the two and merge the experiences, we come into a state of transformation which can, in turn, birth a newfound wisdom within ourselves and those around us. Just by allowing ourselves to begin this process, we create an alchemical experience in which our souls can merge our dual parts into one and experience a transcendental wisdom in being while in a human experience. This is the transformation of fragmentation into integration of the soul. And down below we have one stone that was given to us that can also help in your process. Tiger's Eye, courage, bringing forth a fiery wisdom within it. Many find this one to be very helpful and beneficial during their integration process, as it is very grounding, but also holds a fiery energy within it. Very grounding, yet also bringing forth the light and the wisdom that is needed for such a courageous journey in your transformation. Just a little gift for you, and a little wisdom. So that is our lesson for today, and we hope you enjoyed this Galactic Guidance Center for Ascension and Integration. And may you enjoy your journey.